Good morning, grade five. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful today. So today's meeting, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the slides with you. So if you watch this video and you don't need any help, you don't have to come to the meeting. Okay? So I'm gonna just go over the slides or the research that I assigned last week. And I'm gonna speak a little bit about the World War and also the assignment for today. Okay? So stay with us here. So first of all, the researcher project from last week, if you have not finished it, please make sure you do finish it and you hand it in. Although I'm going to go through the answers now, but still, at least I do want you to take a look in the book and try to do your best without looking at my answers. I'm just going to go over my slideshows. It's exactly like you did, but I'm giving you answers now. How did World War One change life in Canada? Well, it changed life in many, many different ways. Things such as men had to leave their jobs as like factory men or whatever they used to do. They had to leave everything behind. Factories stopped making many of the supplies and they start making a lot of supplies for soldiers. Since the farmland was destroyed in Europe, Canada had to do the farming and they had to send it to Europe. Factory owners, governments, and businessmen became very, very wealthy. Women and children had to fill in that gap and they had to start working. So this is just in a nutshell a couple of the things that changed. New jobs for women in Canada during the World War. Well, since men had to go to war, women had to work. So before the war, they were not really encouraged to do anything or just to stay at home and be like, housewife. But after that, they had to work because there were no one else to do the jobs because many of the men had to leave to go to war. What is patriotism and how do Canadians show it? Um, Patriotism is showing support or loyalty toward Canada. Many Canadians were proud of the soldier and they showed it by helping the country, helping in the cities, planting gardens and empty public spaces. They were just trying to take care of the city to show how proud they are to be Canadian. How did Canadians feel about the war? How would you feel about it? Canadians were proud. Also, the First Nation people, there were about 4,000 First Nation soldiers that joined the war, and Canada also felt connected to Britain as well as the King. How did you feel about the war? I'll leave that up to you to decide because it's your opinion. My opinion, I don't like wars. I think wars are unnecessary. Okay, what challenges did Canada